Hello, how y'all doing? Welcome to Rodgers Vending Solutions LLC, Rodgers Vending Solutions. I am William, the owner and operator of it. I just wanted to come on and talk about the day in the life, man. You know, what's been going on since I left Cave Springs in May to the present. And retouch on some of the things that I did while I was in Cave Springs. So, a couple of the things I did in Cave Springs while I was going through the program. Of course, we were in Cave Springs, Georgia at the GVRA campus. Air conditioning, it was, it was a little issue, but all around it was a good experience. Um, we go to class, we would work on the Chicago Lighthouse BEPLT course. We also did the Surf Save Managers test. We studied for that and got that. We all, passed and whatnot. We all graduated. While I was also in school, I built a website, which is Rodgers Vending Solutions LLC.com. You can go check that out. So, on the private sector that I started while I'm waiting for facilities per Randolph-Shepherd and Business Enterprise GVRA SLA, was I developed a website. So, if you cruise through my website, you will see where I offer services, right? From hooking up telemetries, which is the telemetry and the card reader, the ePort, right? Which you can get those from USA, Cantaloupe, or you can get them from other providers or whatnot. Hook those up. You have issues with your machines pricing. You have issues with your machines and you want to planogram them or stuff like that. I do that. I right now on the private end while I'm waiting on a facility to become available or for the announcements to come out, I'm doing private. I have 6 clients right now, about to pick up another one. I've hooked up telemetries for my private clients. I've planogrammed their machines. I've done soft maintenance, clearing errors, pricing, all types of stuff. In my 15 years of being an employee for other vendors, non-consecutive, but for 15 years altogether, I have learned how to do pretty much everything but change out a compressor. And yes, I do have resources that I can reach out. So if you got an AMS, since it one of the AMS combo machines or whatnot, or any combo machine from any carrier that has a compressor in it, I have technicians that I can call that can come replace those. But while I've been sitting here waiting for these announcements to come out, we did OJT, right? So we had 3 weeks of OJT, 2 weeks of vending, and 1 week of Micromart, snack bar, or whatnot. Within my OJT, since I have 15 years, so the vending was nothing. It was more like just working beside a vendor, and chit-chatting and them telling me different things. The most I got was when I went to a vendor that I know and they taught me different stuff, right? They taught me formulas. They taught me how to get the gross profit margin, right? So the gross profit margin and to understand how to get your gross profit margin and your other costs, right? Within your gross profit margin. Because you have your gross profit margin, then you have your operational cost and all types of stuff, right? So here's a math equation for you. Let's just use, for example, and this was the one that was taught to me, right? Was let's say you have 30,000 and 17,000, right? And you want to find out your gross profit margin or percentage. You take the 30,000 minus the 17,000 to get 13,000. Then you'll take the 13,000 and divide that into 30,000 times 100 to get 43.3333%, which is your gross profit margin, right? So that's one formula I was taught. Another formula I was taught within my OJT there at this facility was the 1.67, right? Of how to come up with your prices for your machines and that, your percentage. With other types of um, products, like let's say you're cooking hamburgers, right? You're going to charge for the price of the bun, the tomato, the burger, the cheese, the lettuce, the mayo, all that, right? So your cost might be, I don't know, let's say your cost was $1.60 to make that burger, which I'm pulling up my calculator. And yes, your calculator sometimes is your best friend when you can't quick think in your head. So $1.60 times 2.5, because you want to charge 2 times, which means you would sell that burger for $4 if I did that right. 1.60 times 2.5. Yeah, it's $4. So that's what your customer would pay. So formulas like that, those are things you need to know, that for products that you're going to sell, that you're going to fresh make, hamburgers, sandwiches, whatever, charge for each item, right? What your cost is to build that sandwich. There was another formula that was, I'd have to pull it up. I can't think of it right now. There was another formula. I think it was 1.5, uh, 8 or something like that. Or 1.57. I can't remember that formula right off the top of my head. But to understand these formulas, you need to know them to get to the certain cost that it's going to cost you, plus the cost that it's going to cost your customer, so you can make a decent profit on it, right? Because you got to know your sweet spot, you got to know all that information. So, like, when I'm out there and I am working with my private clients, I'll just greatly tell y'all right now, if I was to come out there and you wanted me to, say, put an estimate for you and gather all the information for you to, let's say, put a machine at, I don't know, let's just say Pep Boys, right? Pep Boys agreed that you can put a vending machine, Coke machine, snack machine. First of all, in a facility like that, I would just do a 39 wide combo machine, which is 6 shelves, 6 across, 12 deep. The middle row is 12 across, 18 deep. So, and then you got 3 other rows. So with a machine like that, um, which is a 39 wide, which is a AMS, I think it might be a Sense 3. It's a combo machine, so it's cold. The first row, you'd put all your chips. The second row, you'd put more chips, honey buns, whatnot. The third row down would be where you put your candy, your Snickers, your M&Ms. I wouldn't recommend putting M&Ms in those machines anymore because they've changed the packaging so it'll get soggy. So your Snickers, your Kit Kat, stuff like that, Skittles, something that's not paper bag, right? Nutri-Grain bars, all stuff like that, cookies, crackers, stuff like that. Your fourth and fifth and sixth would be drink, right? So we have realized that cans sit better in these machines than bottles. You can change out the spindles on the helix. So if it was my machine, this is exactly what I do. Let's say I went and I put a machine in at a Pep Boys. I'd use a combo machine. I'd have my two helixes would have chips and honey buns, pastries, whatever, popcorn. My two rows. My third row would be, like I said, my candy, my crackers, all that stuff, Nutri-Grain bars. The next row down, I would put probably a whole row of water, right? The row under that, which would be the fifth row, I would put my Coke, my Pepsi, or whatever you're using, right? The sixth row would be cans, your sodas, your waters, your teas, cans, milks, whatever the case. These machines hold it about 41 to 42 degrees as long as the compressor is not messed up. That's what I would do. And if I was to go out there and planogram somebody's machine right now, that's how I planogram it. But let's say if you were to come to me and say, hey, Cliff, or hey, William, I want to put a machine here. I'd go do the research for you. I'd put it all together for you in a PDF. I would send it to you. I would charge you 150 plus another 150 plus 50, which equals 350. So for me to sit there and do the work to give you all the information, I would charge you about $350. And that's what I do on the private end while I'm waiting for facility announcements to come available. Now, once they come available, I will bid on one and hopefully I'll get one awarded. What will I do with my private side of my industry? I'll still run and operate it. But my main focus will be my end game, which was going through the Business Enterprise Program, BEP, through RSA and GPRA and SLA, right? So hopefully this might be a little helpful to you. This is kind of a little day in the life, kind of just a little recap, just kind of where I am right now. Um, I'm always here for anybody to reach out to. You can reach out to me at info at Rodgers, Rodgers, Vending Solutions LLC.com. And I'll greatly, assist you or help you or whatnot, or we can talk. Um, I am located in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I do everything right now except fill snack machines. I'm doing logistics of it. But let me tell you, man, this is life changing to be a blind entrepreneur. Been out there for 15 years working for people and to be able to go and become one yourself. It's a great program. It's great all the way around to have that opportunity. If I could be any helpful to anybody visually impaired, legally blind, in whatever state you are, I'll help you find the information you need to get into that program. Um, I know I might have gone a little sidetracked a little bit, kind of went a little over everywhere, and you'll probably already clicked out of this video, but you can do anything you put your mind to. And to end this video, because I don't want to make it too long, is while I was in Cave Springs, the first time I took the ServSafe Manager's exam, right? My mind wasn't in it. I wasn't focused. There was a little bit too much of a gap, per se. I think um, I didn't pass it. I have now, right? Which do this in real time. This is my SurfSafe managers. So hopefully this video will help you. And as always, thank you for watching. If you need anything, reach out. If you need any of my services, reach out and I'll help you in any form of fashion. Have a blessed day. And thank you again for watching.